Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to talk about a job title you've probably heard a million times, the business analyst. It sounds simple enough, right? But you might be surprised to find out there's a whole universe of different jobs hiding behind that one title.
So let's just get right to it. The big question. What does a business analyst actually do? If you're just picturing someone hunched over spreadsheets all day, well, you're not totally wrong, but you're only seeing a tiny piece of the puzzle. The reality is way more interesting.
And that's because here's the secret. Business analyst isn't really a single job. Think of it more like an umbrella term, a huge category that covers a whole bunch of different specializations. Each one has its own unique focus, its own set of skills. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Instead of thinking about one person, picture a whole team of specialists. You've got your data analysts, your financial analysts, your process analysts. They're all part of the same family, all working under this business analyst banner. So let's break down this team and meet the players. First up, let's start with what makes pretty much every modern business tick: data. This first group, the data specialists, they're basically the detectives of the company. Their whole job is to dig through mountains of information and find the hidden stories, the clues that tell the business what's really going on. So who are these data detectives? Well, you're mainly looking at two key roles, the data analyst and the business intelligence analyst, or BI analyst as you'll often hear. Business intelligence is all about using data to make smarter choices. These are the folks who dive into sales numbers, customer habits, and market trends. They take all that raw, messy data and turn it into clear reports and dashboards that leaders can actually use to make big decisions. Okay, so our data experts have shown us what's happening right now. But who decides where the company should go next? That's where the strategy and finance crew comes in. They take those data insights and use them to map out the company's future. In this group, you've got the financial analyst. As you can probably guess, their world revolves around the money. They're asking the tough questions. Is this new product line actually making us money? Can we afford this big new project? Does it make financial sense to buy that other company? And working right alongside them is the strategy analyst. Now, if the financial analyst is looking inward at the company's books, the strategy analyst is looking outward. They're scanning the horizon, checking out the competition, spotting new trends, and helping shape the company's long-term game plan. And you can't talk about strategy without mentioning the product manager. People love to call this role the CEO of the product, and for good reason. They are responsible for a product's success from day one, from the very first idea all the way to launch and beyond, leading the team that brings it to life. All right, last but definitely not least, we've got the architects. These are the analysts who focus on the how. How does the work actually get done? These process and system specialists are the ones who design the company's internal machinery, making sure everything runs like a well-oiled machine. In this camp, you've got the business systems analyst, who's the tech expert. They figure out what software and IT systems the company needs to hit its goals. And then there's the business process analyst. They're obsessed with the workflow itself. They look at how things get done day to day and are constantly hunting for ways to do it better, faster, and cheaper. But here's the most important part. None of these roles exist in a vacuum. They're not just separate boxes on an org chart. The real magic, the thing that makes it all work, happens in the connections between them. Because the real power isn't about any single one of these jobs. It's about how they all come together, how the analyst team assembles. Sure, each specialist is absolutely vital, but it's their collective brainpower, their collaboration, that really drives a business forward. So let's just paint a quick picture, right? Imagine the data analyst finds some totally unexpected trend in how customers are behaving. The strategy analyst sees that and says, hey, that could be a whole new market for us. Then the product manager jumps in to design a cool new feature to capture it, while the systems and process folks figure out how to actually build and support the whole thing. See? From the data to the strategy to the system itself, every single piece has to be there for it to work. So business analyst isn't just one career path. It's more like a launch pad that can send you in so many exciting directions. It's a field for problem solvers, for storytellers, for anyone who loves connecting the dots between information and action. So the real question isn't just which type of analyst you might be. It's what kind of problems are you passionate about solving?